We will get started. Super excited about this. All right. And hi. All right. So today's topic is a really, really cool one. And it is basically about 5 ways that you can ask for money as a wedding gift. So this topic was a really cool one for me to address because it's a topic that a lot of people have, I wouldn't say an issue, but they might feel uncomfortable with asking. So let me just throw this disclaimer out. You already know Phoenix tends to be my co-host, so she's going to bounce up and down. Phoenix. And we're just going to leave it at that. But I want to get into the episode because, like I said, this is a topic that is one that a lot of couples are afraid to ask for money when it comes to their wedding gifts. And believe it or not, it is actually one of the best ways to get what you really want, sometimes even in advance. So I'm just doing a quick share. Pardon my little pause there. I think it went through. Yes, it did. All right, and we are gonna get started. So there are a lot of different things that you as a couple can ask for as a wedding gift. I mean, there are the obvious things, but when it comes to asking for money, a lot of people have trouble with that. So again, if you can hear me, you could drop a comment or a heart or an emoji or something below so that I know I'm coming through. But on my end, all of the audio seems to be going well. All right, so here we go. So are you kind of stuck with trying to figure out the best way to communicate to your friends and family what you want as a wedding gift? Most couples tend to create like what they call gift registries at like stores that they shop to often, or stores even that they can't always afford. And so this is the perfect time to get a gift card or something like that to a store that you can't normally go to on your own, which is a great idea. But sometimes couples just simply prefer money as a wedding gift, but they're uncomfortable or unsure of how to ask for it. So I have a list of things that you can do if you're a couple that is looking to use this method as a wedding gift idea, in a way that you can do it tastefully. And I also have a really super major tip at the end of this, which is about how you can book your favorite wedding photographer or videographer, obviously for your wedding, if they might be someone that is quote unquote outside of your budget. This is a great way to get that particular vendor for your day. All right, so let's get started. So the first suggestion that I have is Honey Fund. And Honey Fund is a website specifically set up for couples to receive monetary gifts. So AKA money. And I'm putting the link in the first comment here, and I'm gonna see if I can tag them really quick on Facebook as well. So Honey Fund is a great resource, and Honey Fund, you basically set up a free account, you share your engagement photos or whatever photos you'd like to share. You can share a little bit about your love story as well. That makes the account that you're setting up a little more personal, so it's not just like, hey, give me money. And then make sure that you also read over the terms and conditions when you're setting up this type of account or using this platform, just so you have full understanding of how it works and how you would actually gain access to the funds that you receive from friends and family if you are going to use this method as a form of receiving a wedding gift or a monetary wedding gift. All right. The next thing I have is Zola. And again, I'm going to put that in the comment section. All right. And it's another website that is obviously dedicated to couples and wedding planning. The cool thing that I have seen with Zola is that you can find some vendors on there. Sometimes vendors submit their like photos and stuff like that to this website, and so they will have imagery or videos and stuff like that, which is a great way to find them. And it also gives you an opportunity to not only have money as a gift, but physical gift registry. So this is great if you think your guests might not give you money and you think that just selecting a gift that they could purchase for you is another option. Also, a lot of couples tend to use Zola for their honeymoon and house buying funds. So that's something to think about. All right. The next tip is to say it with a compliment. So you say it in your wedding invitations. And why is this a great place to say it? And I'm about to tell you. So typically when you send a wedding invitation out, the person opening it is super excited because they feel privileged. Like, oh my gosh, I got an invitation to so-and-so's wedding. And so pretty much anything you can say, hey, you have to wear hot pink. Pretty much anything that's in your wedding invitation kit or whatever that you sent, they're gonna be like all for it, especially if they want to come to your wedding. So this is a great place to ask for money, and it's a little easier than like doing it on the phone or something like that if someone says, but I'm going to talk about that a little bit later too. But it's a great place to ask for money, and it's also a non-aggressive manner, but it's also informative, so they get everything at once. And the way that you can do it is you can put on your RSVP card, or somewhere in, like I said, the invitation kit that you send out, you can have like a separate cardstock piece of paper that says that you prefer money as a gift as opposed to a physical gift, and then do it with something maybe titled like gifts on the front of it, and that way people don't like discard the card as like, oh, I don't know what this is, and maybe you have like the explanation on the back of it. So just kind of label it on the front so that they know that this is something that you want. And you can also add it as a side note, whichever way you think fits the look that you have for your invitation kit. And then also let them know that, having them as a guest is important. But let's say maybe for whatever reason they can't make it. Maybe they can't get the time off at work. Maybe it's conflicting with something else. Let them know that as much as you really want them there, if they cannot attend, but they still want to send you money, send it. All right. Another tip is a site called Traveler's Joy. And this is perfect for a gift registry as well. So you can set up the price of certain things that you like to do, and then someone can purchase that experience for you. This is really, really good for honeymoon. So let's say you're going to like Mexico or something of that nature, and you want to have a little spending money while you're there. So what you could do is you can, on this page, you can put like the excursions that you are going to partake in, and then people can actually go on your site and purchase those excursions for you, or contribute to it. So let's say on your honeymoon you're gonna do like parasailing or something, so you'd put parasailing there, and then you would put how much like someone can contribute to that. So that's another great way of like, you're asking for money, but they know that it's going towards something that you really, 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 really want to do. Right? Okay. So the next thing that I have on there is a PayPal pool. This may be good for someone that doesn't want to really do the whole like honey fun and set up all that site stuff that I mentioned. Nothing wrong with those, but like I said, I always give options whenever I do lives, just because everyone is different, right? So you could do something like a PayPal pool, and this is a new one, so I'm going to explain this to you a little bit deeper, but it's also a great option. So all you have to do is set up a PayPal account to receive your funds for your wedding, and then PayPal will create a specific link that you can add to your wedding website for your family and friends to access. And I believe I have, yes I do. Okay, so it would fall under the PayPal Pool Money Collection. That's like the official name. And as with other sites, that service money collected for your wedding, again, read over the terms and conditions. You can also visit like their frequently asked page, because I'm sure there's questions that people of course have asked that you have, and so that information is probably there. So that's another way that you can ask for money and know that, and your family knows that it's really going to something that you really, really, really want. All right. So here's the bonus tip that I have. The bonus tip that I have is, ready? I'm going to do like a little drum roll. The bonus tip that I have is gift certificates to your favorite wedding vendors. Okay, so how do you do this? Here's the thing. I'm just going to give a scenario to make it simpler. So let's say that your favorite wedding vendor, as far as like maybe your wedding photographer, it could be any of your wedding vendors, but I'm just going to stick with simple. Let's say your wedding photographer is $6,000 and you're solid, you really want them, but the only thing that is stopping you is the money factor. So if you had $6,000 today, you would book them with no hesitation, ready to go, wish your wedding was happening tomorrow, because that's how much you really want them to be a part of your day, right? So what you could do is sit down and figure out how much do you want to divide this by. So a good way to do this is reach out to that particular vendor and ask them if they have gift certificates under their company. A lot do. I actually have them as well. Then what you can do is ask them what's the max amount, like what's the max amount of gift certificates that can be purchased, dollar amount, and then what's the minimum. And you figure out how you want to divide that. So I wouldn't completely say my family is going to pay for all my wedding vendors, but maybe they can pay for a portion of it. So for example, if the wedding photographer you really want is $6,000 and maybe you guys are willing to put up $3,000, then figure out how you can split up that $3,000 as gifts from your family members. You can either do the whole $3,000 and have people contribute to that through one of these other websites like PayPal, Pool, Honey Fund, Zola, stuff like that. Or maybe you have someone that really wants to bless you guys and they give you $1,500 and you know that for sure, and then you're only asking for the $1,500 remaining as contribution. There are so many different ways, again, that you can ask for money as a wedding gift. It's just how you do it and how you feel most comfortable. So again, I talked about using a website called Honey Fund. I have all the links, in a comment. You can use PayPal Pool, which is basically just like collects all the money, and then read the terms and conditions. Again, I don't want to tell you like how much of the portion that they take, but I know they take some of it because they're, providing their services so you can collect the funds. Another good way, and it's totally up to you, but I do believe that in order for it to work, they need to have a banking account with that. But for instance, you can do like Chase has a method where you can send money to someone else that has a Chase account. So figure out how you can use that. And with your bank that I forgot the word. I don't know what's merchant at, whatever, your bank that you use. And then they can send the money that way, and you just label it like in your bank account as like savings for wedding or something like that. Open up a separate account. Like, do not put it in your regular account because you will spend it and you'll be looking in there like, oh, I have extra money, but you really don't, because it's supposed to be for your wedding. All right. So those are the tips that I have for 5 ways to ask for money as a wedding gift. And if you are catching the replay, just simply catch the replay. Just start this video over. If you have any questions at all, please feel free to ask, even if you're catching the replay. And I also linked you guys to my actual blog post about this topic on my website, so you should see it in the comment. It just dropped below. So that is my episode today for Wedding Thursdays on how you can ask for money as a wedding gift. Again, if you have any questions, please ask away. I am here. I love asking. I love asking questions too, but I love answering questions, and I am totally here to help you. If you know somebody that's planning a wedding and maybe they can benefit from this information, forward it to them, tag them in it below, whichever you think would work best for them to see this video. But I am about to head out. Again, I'm Anisha Collins. I am a wedding photographer and cinematographer, owner and operator of Unashamed Imaging based in Orlando, Florida. And I'm super excited to always touch base with you guys to talk about tips, real wedding inspiration. And oh yeah, one more thing. The 2019 Pantone color just came out. So if you're looking for that color, it's on the feed. Probably just scroll up a little bit like before this video. I guess it would be after on your feed. And you'll see I actually shared a wedding that was in the coral color scheme. So you guys can get an idea of how you can incorporate that into your wedding. So I will see you next time. Bye.